My name is Kari. I am 30 years old, just turned 30, and I am a writer and communications consultant by profession. Unfiltered-ke is a labor of love between some people who really want to see ourselves reflected on TV and in the things that we consume.
For me, it's just not hot.
Why is it not hot? What's not hot about your husband wanting to take care of you and your children and your house? You see, women are the only ones who can do that, and that to me is problematic.
I'm not saying that women are the only ones, don't get me wrong.
She's saying that more than you are.
Yeah.
My persona is the feminist. It was initially going to be the angry feminist.
Make me sound.
No,
I'm saying it because I'm crazy. I know what I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, this sounds all nice, but once you piss me off and we're breaking up, guard yourself.
And then I saw that on a TV and it just didn't look as good.
Maybe it's because I was in Stato for too long, but this is my thing. I don't think there's one type of relationship that works for everybody. For some people, it's that monogamous me and you committed for the next 40 years. That's what works for Jackie. For someone else, it might be we get into this and then I realize halfway through it, actually, you know what? It's really hard for me to stay, like, I still love you, but it's hard for me to stay committed to you sexually.
I really want people to come meet me as a character, come with whatever defenses they have, and then listen to me talk and realize that actually the things that I'm saying are not that crazy, are not that wild. I'm not an angry person. I just believe in the social, economic, and political equality of women.
The bigger issue is that there's a patriarchal and sexist society that even in America, people would rather vote for Donald Trump than vote for someone who's suitable for office. And that is something that happens across the world. If you look at how many female leaders they are. So I don't think it's a women not supporting women issue. It's a society not supporting women in leadership issue.
And I chose that because I believe strongly in the ideals of what it means to be a feminist, but I think in this time and place, and particularly in this country, there's a negative connotation to that.
My name is Jackie Njanja, my official names. I am 24 years old and I'm a research analyst by profession. I'm in the fashion business. I have a few pieces of hair that I'm trying to get out there for the women in Kenya, and I'm also in the clothes business, but I have a few other things coming out in a few months, a swimwear line and etc. I'm a forthright critic.
For me, it's not hot. I would never be attracted to you. I'd rather kick you out and go and get a houseboy if it's just a guy I need to clean my house.
And service crew, and who's going to be a service crew?
Don't worry about the service crew, but I feel like for me it's not hot.
I'm a straight shooter. I'll tell you like it is.
Actually, I appreciate if I never catch you in it. And don't even ever tell me. That's peace of mind for me.
So you like that song?
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
I don't tell me.
What you don't know won't hurt you.
Yeah, right? Don't ask me.
Whether you like it or not, or...
You know, there's some chicks who are running around here with very old guys, you know. Deep down, she's disgusted. I'm sorry, I've done social research.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
I thought you were gonna. I was
like I have.
Wait. Are you sorry?
So I've done social research.
It's unfiltered.
I am Lush, Angela, but at the show I'm called Lush the Profound Thinker. I am 31 and I run my own business. So I make jewelry, I make cards, but on top of that I also blog and I have my own YouTube channel. So the Profound Thinker is someone who provokes good thought.
No romance without finance.
All right.
But
What does that mean for you?
But what I mean is, I don't care about what you're driving. I care about what drives you as a person.
Hey.
Someone that will get you thinking. I'm an analyst by nature, like I always overanalyze things and I like to think through things and I like to, you know, sometimes play the devil's advocate. A sponsor has a right. If he wants your body, is he paying your rent? Is he giving you money? Because, yeah, it is high-class prostitution. So for me, I have a major problem with it. I think it's a bad culture. Like, if my husband, like, I'm married, and then my husband's sponsoring another bae, oh, it's fire. But ultimately, I want to motivate, inspire people, and encourage people. There is a stereotype of starving artists. And it's not sometimes, it is true.
Yeah,
it's an existing fact. But you can be a starving artist, but how you look to other people shouldn't look starving.
Yeah.
So that's what my persona generally is about, and that's who I am as a person. I am like that with my friends, and I am like that with everything that I do. So I think I should think that has already come across, and if anyone is a follower of me from my blog and my vlog, kind of sees the continuation following through in Unfiltered.
So Unfiltered, I was in the office, Lush called me and she was like, they're having an idea of having this show called Unfiltered. Okay, didn't have a name, but it was a show for young people, technically. And when we scheduled for the meeting, I got to meet the rest of the cast of what was to be the cast. And I felt like it's basically a show for young people. In Kenyan TV per se, because we're Kenyans, there is no show for like what young people can relate to.
Nakuru, Naivasha, Kisumu, Mombasa, LD, Bondo to Kitui, Apo Sasa, Central na Western, Pia Washadata, no matter where you from, you're Mikasa. Sukasa.
When we first met, we talked about the fact that it's very easy for us as young Kenyans to identify places in Los Angeles or in New York City and know so much about these places we've never been to. So how do we start to produce content that shows people the realities of what they live and that makes people want to engage with it in a way that it affects them personally?
Unfiltered started with a conversation with the director and producer, Mark, and one of the Unfiltered cast members, Kari, and we wanted to start like a YouTube channel that has more Kenyan content. So we came up with ideas and we thought, why don't we do something that, you know, because especially this year is a political year, so it'd be nice to have something that's a debate show.
I feel like it's the same shit, different toilet. People are trying to loot for themselves first before they can think about the voter out there.
Then you would actually vote for change right now. Problem is, like, we're trying to pick between two lesser evils.
Yeah. Right.
And where you get various opinions, and we didn't want to just focus on one sort of topic. We wanted to be all-rounded, because I feel like, you know, Kenyans, if you think about the type of conversations you have with your friends, it isn't just maybe about relationships. You know, you'll talk about like pop culture.
Okay,
Like, for me, like for me, K-South, Nameless was something else.
To be honest, I like Hey, wait, what's his bamboo? Yeah, I like bamboo.
So we wanted to address all those various issues and get people talking, and even get them to join in and give us ideas of what they would want us to talk about.
The feedback has been tremendously amazing. All factors considered, really. It's not even something that I'm trying to sugarcoat. As far as the content is concerned, everybody thinks our content is dope, and it's something that young people can actually relate to. We're having a natural conversation, no script, no nothing. It's just us.
Just this morning, I had someone tell me that it felt like hanging out with their friends on a Saturday afternoon, and that it makes people want to engage in the conversation, that they want to either side with Mose or side with me, or...
What were you trying to offer? You were like...
I said, no, I went up. I was like, okay, 250.
Oh, you
Like, number one, if you're going to try and sell my goods, I need you to honor my word. If I'm going to put a price on it.
You know, feel like something's really interesting or funny, or they've never thought about it in that way. And it makes me feel like we're doing something worthwhile. Because I think when we started, it was just us trying to do this thing and not sure what was going to happen. And to hear not only from people I know, but people who also I've never met, like I'm at the bar and they're just like, oh my God, I saw Unfiltered, it was really good. It makes me feel like we're doing something worthwhile, yeah.
We've gotten positive feedback. People really like the content. They like the fact that we are all varied in how we think, that, you know, some of us perhaps rub people the wrong way because of some of the things they share, because they don't necessarily agree with what is being said. But we've definitely got what we wanted, for me personally, because the idea was to get people talking, get people excited, get people wanting to know what are they going to talk about next, what are they thinking, and you know, falling in love with each character and saying, you know, for instance, like, I love the intellect, I like the fact that he's constantly asking questions and a bit, you know, elusive, doesn't really give too much away. You know, everyone has a different kind of character, and I like that, you know, it's getting the conversation, and I can see the bigger picture, and I don't even think I even see the bigger picture. I think the bigger picture is not even anything that I imagine.
Other feedback that we've gotten is we were having a few technical sound issues here and there, but for that we are working really hard to give our viewers and our fans and our soon-to-be fans a better show for the next coming episodes. Yeah, so we are really trying to brush off on our mistakes and make it better, but the concept of the show really remains as is.
What do I want the show to be ultimately? That's kind of scary to think about. I'm a person who sort of functions in the present, and I want to focus on this being really good. Really just have this be something people can come to have conversations around things that are happening in their world, really, and reflect the times and the places we're living in.
Filtered is gonna keep on being unfiltered. The conversations are gonna be more outrageous, they're gonna be more out there. We're gonna have conversations that people don't necessarily have in front of a camera, and you know, the things that people are thinking about but don't know how to go about it. So that's what we want to do, and bring in the audience, interact with the audience with the things that they want to hear, and get a different perspective, and hopefully, you know, positively change, again, which is what I'm about, is to change people to have a more positive view of themselves and self-respect, you know, and do things, go out there, challenge themselves, push them forward with whatever it is that they want to do. So ultimately, that's what I want for Unfiltered, but more importantly is talking where there's no filter.
That's why we put it on YouTube. YouTube is open source anarchy. Most importantly is for the people who will be watching us. We get to interact with them. We get feedback from them. We get to know the topics that they'd like us to discuss as a cast, and really have a fan base that relates to us and takes us seriously. Yeah, because we're not trying to be socialites.